childhood, Sidney Young has dreamed of the glamorous life.
High society, Hollywood celebrities.
Celebrity. You take out your breasts, you're celebrity.
I think it probably depends on the breasts.
Until the day he got a call that changed everything.
Sidney Young.
Sidney, I want you to come work for me at Sharp's magazine in New York.
In How to Lose Friends and Alienate People, Simon Pegg plays reporter Sidney Young, a young British hotshot who runs his own magazine. His sole purpose in life seems to be to flame celebrities who he doesn't feel matches up. That is until he receives a phone call one day from New York magazine mogul Clayton Harding, who offers him a job working for celebrity magazine Sharp's. Jeff Bridges is solid in his portrayal of Harding, a man who once fought conformity the same as Sidney, but now finds himself catering to the same celebrities that he once dug his claws into. It's the relationship between these two men that works best in the movie. If the story had centered around Sidney and Harding, it could have made a pretty good little movie. The movie's based on the memoirs of author Toby Young, detailing his 5 years writing for Vanity Fair magazine. His story was altered quite a bit and remains a very, very loose retelling of what actually happened. Young was so critical during the making of the movie that director Robert Wide of Curb Your Enthusiasm kicked him off the set and banned him for the rest of the shoot. Unfortunately, this movie doesn't know if it wants to be a biting satire on America's love affair with celebrities or just a basic romantic comedy. The problem is it hangs on the ledge between these two genres and never really allows you to feel comfortable in either of them. The romantic comedy elements involved a complicated love triangle between Sidney, co-worker Allison, and vapid celebrity Sophie. Allison's played by Kirsten Dunst, who hasn't really impressed me much since her breakout role in Interview with the Vampire. The relationship between Sidney and Allison is reminiscent of the old screwball comedies with Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn. Unfortunately, Dunst doesn't really have the acting chops to match up to the charisma of Hepburn, and the story really falls short in the end. Sophie almost seems to be an amalgam of any number of young actresses enjoying their 15 minutes of fame. There are some titillating moments for those of you enamored with Megan Fox's assets, but the way she portrays the character, it's clear who Sidney's going to end up with at the end of the movie. People looking for a good romantic comedy will probably leave this movie disappointed. The film lacks the one most important element of a rom-com, and that's its heart. With the movie swinging between the biting satire and the developing love story, not really enough time is spent on the relationship itself, and the end is very unsatisfying. The entire climax left me feeling empty and uncaring about any of the characters. I went into the movie hoping for more of the satire though, and I was sorely disappointed. While there are small moments throughout his adventures, and a few nice moments with the next young hotshot director, these are so few and far between that none of them really add up to a satisfying story either. If the movie had chosen to stick with either the satire or the romantic comedy, it might have been a better movie. As it is, it's another disappointment for Simon Pegg in his attempts at American success. That's very, very disappointing to me because I love Simon Pegg. I think Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead are two minor masterpieces, and Edgar Wright really knows how to write characters. And Simon Pegg has yet to find a director in America who can do with him what Edgar has done. Despite the poor character traits of Sidney Young, Simon Pegg does make you care about the character. He does make you cheer for him throughout the movie despite his propensity to be an ass. And that says something about the acting. It's just too bad the rest of the movie couldn't follow his lead. I'd have to give this movie 2 out of 5, and that's only due to the acting of Simon Pegg.